What up, guys? Your boy Quake, and let's talk about Eminem and Snoop Dogg and where exactly things went wrong. Over the past couple of weeks, the Eminem versus Snoop Dogg thing has become the main topic, and people are wondering what the hell is going on. Where did these two go wrong? Because they come both under from Dr. Dre. So we just assumed both of them were cool with each other because of that. We've never seen anything where it would indicate Snoop Dogg dislikes Eminem or vice versa. So I've decided to do a brief video going over their history and what potentially could have gone wrong. One, I'm going to talk about facts, and the other one's going to be just basically my opinion of what I think went wrong. Before we continue the video, I want to give a big shout out to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Raid Shadow Legends has it all: tough bosses, millions of players, years of content, regular updates, champions, and much more. This is gameplay you can take anywhere, and one of my favorite parts about this game is that you can just jump into it and already know what you're doing. A lot of games have a lot of instructions and it gets really annoying, and it doesn't become anything fun because you have to learn so many things. And with Raid, it's very easy. You jump into it, automatically learn how to play, and you'll pick up on new things as time goes on. And there's always constant new updates to keep you engaged. Raid just got their biggest ever update out. The main event is here with Doom Tower. It's a giant tower with 120 floors, a bunch of secret challenge rooms, and 12 badass bosses to take on. And there's no better time to start playing than now because they're giving out a bunch of free stuff, plus a super special champion by the name of Bulwark to help you fight in this tower. He is amazing and gets the bosses. So check out the link in the description below if you want to get a head start in Raid. All you have to do is hit the link, get a free Void Champion, an XP booster, 50 gems, some energy refills, and even an ancient shard. As soon as you get in the game, you can find extra rewards here in your inbox for the next 30 days only. So go ahead and check out the game. It's available for mobile and PC. Just click the link in the description below and I'll see you in there. Most people assume this went wrong when Snoop Dogg did his Breakfast Club interview and basically said that Eminem isn't in his top 10 and that he can live without Eminem's music, so on and so forth, because when Eminem did his interview, he said that's the reason why he went at Snoop.
He got no time to play with it. It is what it is. It's like, Cuz did that. He did that to the fullest. That's one of my teammates. That's one of my brothers. He did that. But when you talking about this hip hop shit that I can't live without, I can live without that.
But according to Daz Dillinger, he recently went on the Clubhouse app and talked with Royce the 5'9" and revealed what he think the origins of Eminem versus Snoop Dogg originally started. He says that when Eminem remade Snoop Dogg's track B Word Please, I can't say the B word because of YouTube, but you know what I mean, B Word Please, when he did it on the Marshall Mathers LP album just a year later, he did B Word Please 2. He asked Snoop Dogg to be on that track, and Snoop Dogg agreed. But then when Snoop Dogg wanted Eminem on his album, apparently Eminem said no. After this, you never saw an Eminem and Snoop Dogg collaboration ever again.
But I do understand it, though.
I'm going to let you know some history that I know about situations, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Back in the days, you know, they did that Hey Oh Hey Oh song, right? On Snoop's first album. What was that with Nate Dogg? You Don't Want to Fuck With Me. That song? And then Eminem did it on his album, right?
Yep.
He redid
Bitch, please.
Yeah, so when I was talking to Snoop one time, he said that he asked Eminem and them to get on his song, you know, like to get on his album, and they told him no. And Snoop felt some type of way, like, I did all this and all that, and they tell me no. And you know, Snoop like, no, nobody tell me no.
Yeah, and it was an interview that surfaced recently from back then, where somebody was asking him, the interviewer was asking him about his contribution to that song, and he was just like, "Well, I was coming from more of a street
of a team
level." Yeah, because he was like, "Cause I'm a gangster. I'm a gangster. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't on all that shit. Eminem was on all that."
But then I was talking to Salam, right? And then Salam say, sometime when you asked, like he asked Eminem to do a song, but Eminem probably didn't even know that Snoop asked to do a song. That probably was Peter Rosenberg or somebody just said no. I mean, Paul Rosenberg is saying no, and then and that's what Salam said. He said he probably didn't even get the Eminem that Snoop wanted him to do a song with him.
So he took it personal.
They took it personal. And then from then on, that's why you never heard a song from Snoop and M since then.
Fast forward 6 years later, after May 2000 of that Marshall Mathers LP release, and in 2006, Snoop Dogg is out promoting his new album, The Blue Carpet Treatment, and while doing interviews, an interviewer asks, does his track Round Here, which is produced by Dr. Dre on the album, sound the same as Eminem's Stan? The interviewer mentions that the samples sound the same, and then unfortunately, Snoop Dogg basically goes off. He ends up clowning the track Stan and clowns Eminem's music and says he doesn't listen to that stuff. He listens to gangsta music, so on and so forth. And I'm surprised that Eminem hasn't mentioned this as the years went on. He only noticed the Breakfast Club interview. If you remember, around 2006, Eminem was dealing with his drug problem, so that's probably why he didn't notice it.
A producer has a sound that's identified with him. So that's an identification that's saying that Dr. Dre really put his hands on that track. I didn't hear Stan on that song when I heard it. That song didn't remind me of Stan. It made me want to start talking shit about round here. It ain't safe to leave the house. Don't fuck around here. Niggas will put you in the... Don't fuck around here. That's what I was on. I wasn't on no Stan. Write me a letter. I want to come see you. You're my favorite fan. All I wasn't on that bullshit.
Following this, a couple years down the line, around 2009, 2010, DJ Who Kid is interviewing Snoop Dogg and mentions Eminem and how great he is on the Forever verse, and then he mentions the Renegade track, and Snoop Dogg basically says, if you're going to do a track with Eminem, you have to come hard or else, he's going to wash you. So he kind of gives respect to Eminem, but he kind of says, hey, that's why I haven't done a track with him since then.
I think Eminem went hard in the paint. He did kill that shit. That nigga did like 45 bars. He went hard. It's like they turned his light on. But that's that young generation, though. See, Drake is the kind of nigga that inspires niggas that been doing it for a while, that didn't have the joystick. See, Eminem probably feel like, Drake got his spotlight now because it used to be Eminem was the hottest motherfucker talked about. We all didn't have that. When you had that joystick, it's not hate, it's just competition. You're thrilled to be in the same room on the same song with a nigga that's the hot shit, because now you can show why you always will be the hot shit, why he will call you to be on his record to stamp his shit. So you got to come with it. It's like I say when Eminem was on Jay-Z song, he fucked Cuz up on that record.
Yeah.
You know what record I'm talking about?
Yeah. But...
he fucked him off on that record completely. Like, damn. But then that was, that you got to do that. You on Jay-Z album, you can't
come
known
out
for killing niggas. Yeah, but to have Eminem, the white boy, kill him on his shit, that was nerve-wracking. I was like, I don't want Eminem on my album. I'm cool.
And that could be a legit reason, but what Daz says is because Eminem denied him, Snoop Dogg then never really wanted to do music with him ever again because of that. Following this, whenever Snoop Dogg would get asked about Eminem, he would sometimes show praise and say that he's one of the greatest rappers ever. But we skip to July 2020. Snoop Dogg stops by Breakfast Club and decides to basically go at Eminem. Then this is when Eminem caught wind of what Snoop said and then dropped the deluxe version of his music to be murdered by. And on the track Zeus, he sends a couple of shots at him. He says the bars, as far as squashing beef, I'm used to people knocking me, but just not in my camp, and diplomatic as I'm trying to be. Last thing I need is Snoop Dogg in me. Man, dog, you was like a damn god to me. Nah, not really. I had dog backwards. Following this then, a couple days later, he does an interview for New Year's Eve special for Shade 45 and explains why he went at Snoop Dogg on the track.
Like, I think it was more about the tone he was using that caught me off guard, because I'm like, yo, where is this coming from? I just saw you. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, it threw me for a loop. Again, I probably could have got past the whole tone and everything, but it was the last statement when he said, as far as music I can live without, I can live without that shit. Now you're being disrespectful for, like, it just caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for that. And people started hitting me up about it, like, oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And I didn't know what to do about it at first, because it confused me, because I'm like, yo, bro, same team. We're on the same team. Like, what the fuck? And I have never in my career my entire career ever said a disrespectful word about Snoop Dogg. I mean, what the fuck? Like, his impact on hip hop, like, I can't front on that. But it's like, at what point does it start becoming like, okay, now you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. My top 10, top 5 ain't gonna be the same as his, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. So how could I be mad at that? I wasn't mad about the opinion. It was after that. It was, you know, that the very last statement was like, oh, what the fuck?
Then Snoop Dogg catches wind of this and decides in an Instagram comment to say, "Pray I don't answer that soft." Following this on Instagram Live, he previews what is speculated to be a subliminal diss track at Eminem.
I gotta hit the gym though, but before I leave, just in case y'all thought. All right, now. Talk that shit to me. That nigga better leave me alone. Talk that shit to me. Talk to me. Now I'm going all C's. Without a crush, cock it full of cuts, check that. Cock it, then I cuss, come on in the clutch, step back, switch. This tripping collision causing catastrophe. My casual conversation ended turning to casual. Cold game, cat cracking with cocaine. Go against the game, we gotta sell it with show name on it. Showstopper, they drop classics. The same nigga that close curtains for close caskets. The crew on it too, like compilation tracks. Running numbers up, but it ain't no miscalculating that. Throwing kamikaze for me in my concentration camp. Oh, we had to take it back. Really ain't no taking that kryptonite. Play Superman, I'll be your kryptonite. Fuck the nigga snitch, cause she rather fuck a kryptonite. That's right, call yourself a king unless your click is right. You niggas better get your crippin' right. Snoop Dogg.
And that's where we are at with the Eminem versus Snoop Dogg thing and where it potentially started. Now I'm going to give my opinion on why I feel like it started. As you guys know, Snoop Dogg and Eminem are both products of Dr. Dre. When Dr. Dre was rebuilding things after the whole NWA fallout, he signed Snoop Dogg, built him up. Snoop Dogg had the biggest debut album at that moment. Before 50 came, obviously, Doggy Style. It was huge, sold like 800,000 copies first week. And Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre were just synonymous and close to each other, and it was just all successful and great then. Then, obviously, Death Row breaks apart. Dr. Dre has to rebuild his thing once again, rebuilds Aftermath, and then finds Eminem. And Eminem ends up becoming one of the biggest successes, period, for Dr. Dre. Obviously, Snoop Dogg was a huge success, but Eminem was bigger.
Me, Dre, Eminem, we back on a mission, you know what I'm saying? We trying to bring music back to having fun and, you know, just doing good records. So to perform, you know, MTV asked us to get down, so we pleasure to do it, you know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful thing.
Now, everybody remembers the role he played in launching your career. What's it like to see the role that Dre has played, you know, as far as Eminem's success this year?
It's fly because, you know what I'm saying, I seen Eminem before, you know, it actually happened for him. So to see him get the, you know, the rewards and the award that he won tonight, he deserved it, you know what I'm saying, because he's a hard worker. And I know Dr. Dre wouldn't even be working with him if he didn't believe that he was really, you know, worth messing with. And he's a hard worker. He deserved it, y'all. I appreciate y'all for giving my homeboy Eminem that award. Yeah, no.
And I feel like that's when Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg started distancing themselves from each other and not really being close anymore because Dr. Dre was focusing more on Eminem, and then eventually Snoop Dogg left Dr. Dre's Aftermath and did his own thing. And Snoop Dogg might not admit it, but I feel like he feels like that because Eminem came into the picture, it kind of distanced his relationship with Dr. Dre, and that he couldn't get that Dr. Dre production and, you know, the same lookout as Eminem has gotten. And the proof in this is that Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg really haven't worked that much since Eminem came into the picture. Snoop Dogg appeared on the Kush track with Dr. Dre, and then he did a production for Snoop here and there, but it wasn't anything major. You didn't see them close like they used to be before Eminem came into the picture. Also, the track called I Need a Doctor with Dr. Dre and Eminem, Dr. Dre's lyrics kind of point out this. If you listen to his verse on the I Need a Doctor track, he says this: "They said they was riding to the death, but where the fuck are they now? Now that I need them, I don't see none of them. All I see is Slim. All you fair weather friends, all I need is him. And backstabbers, when the chips were down, you just laughed at us. Now you about to feel the wrath of Aftermath." So I feel like these were subliminal shots at basically any artist that Dr. Dre helped that kind of just disappeared and wasn't around to help Dr. Dre anymore. And Eminem was just always there. They've always done music together. You always see or hear or anything a Dr. Dre produced track on an Eminem album. That always happens every time. But Game, 50, Snoop, or whoever else, they don't have that anymore. So that's my theory on why I feel like Eminem, started going at Snoop Dogg, and they both have tension now. It was just built up over the years. That's just my opinion, though. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you guys think I'm right with the opinion side of things? And in terms of the facts, in the beginning of this video, I explained the story. Let me know what you guys think of that as well in the comments below. That's it for today's video. If you guys want to support this channel further, you can do so at patreon.com/diverse mentality. For just $1 a month or more, you can help support this channel further. A link is in the description below. Like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. I do videos like this daily on hip-hop news and much more, so definitely subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at QuakeGW. Like us on Facebook, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.